Hi, I'm jonCates, and I'm here in Riga, Latvia, to present on this panel, the Glitch Art panel at Renew, the Media Art Histories conference. My presentation on this Glitch Art panel is called Glitch Histories. And I want to begin by thanking Will, who invited me to present on Glitch and Glitch Art in the context of media art histories. I'm especially happy to be doing that here at Renew because media art histories and glitch and glitch art, these are two areas of research and activity for me. I've been working in these two areas of media art histories and glitch art, the art now known as glitch art. I've been working in these two areas for over 15 years now, so it's a pleasure to be here at this intersection of glitch art, media art histories. This glitch art panel at Renew is part of the larger conference, of course, and my work on this panel in Glitch Histories is part of the larger conversation related to the unstable art now known as glitch art. And we have had presentations in this conference of papers and of research and art theory practices that have dealt with glitch earlier today, again later in the conference. Also, the Save As exhibition has work by, for instance, Jody, who I will refer to later in my talk, in my presentation here, and also in the performances by Shu Li Chan, Martin House, will experience in many different ways, actually, throughout this conference. This new media art histories, embracing the unstable art now known as glitch art. I'll begin now with a bit of background. Just in the previous panel where Lev Manovich, where you were asking for some clarification from Andrew Pryor about what is or is not glitch, what this term may or may not mean, also what is or is not glitch art, how these categories could be coherent, coherencies, incoherencies, stability, instabilities, noise, signal-to-noise ratios. We are on a terrain, a shifting, moving terrain, a unstable ground. I appreciated that question, and I also thank you for that question, and I appreciate the opportunity to address that now here. I have been working in these fields at this intersection of media art histories and glitch, or the unstable art now known as glitch art, for over 15 years now. In 2005, I initiated a collaborative project called a Raw Bits Micro Festival with John Satram. We began this project with a number of other collaborators, and we worked internationally, primarily between Chicago and Mexico City. In the context of the Raw Bits Micro Festival, I began to refer to dirty new media in the context of the Raw Bits Micro Festival. I began to refer to dirty new media. I have detailed the glitch histories of dirty new media at the GL1TCHYSTØRIES festivals, in the GL1TC/H read error, the publication from the first conference. I have published my research on glitch histories, in which I discuss the development of the concept of dirty new media. So I've been working in these glitch histories And my work has been curatorial, organizational, as I've just shown, and also artistic as an artist myself, exhibiting the unstable art now known as glitch art, including a exhibition curated by Jake Elliott called Format Fetish at the GL1TCHYSTØRIES, which was both a physical gallery space and an online gallery space. In this exhibition that I had with Aunt Scott, aka B-Flix, in 2006, Format Fetish, we individually explored the ideas of the unstable art now known as glitch art, and in my case, the concept of dirty new media in relationship to formats and fetishes for formats. For fetishists such as myself, we may say that we have fetishes for formats and or their artifacts, traces, etc. Now, most recently, I exhibited in the context of Glitch Histories in a exhibition called Glitch Art Genealogies, curated by Daniel Franke, John McClellan, and Rosa Mankman at the Leap Gallery in Berlin in 2013, just this year. Now, when I say that my work was in Glitch Art Genealogies, this exhibition, I mean that my work was in this exhibition in multiple ways. There are several different aspects of my work which were exhibited in this exhibition. Most directly, my work as an artist was included in the exhibition. My own broken records, histories of noise and dirty new media, hard cuts. My own broken records, histories of noise and dirty new media was included also, and multi-layered patterns of feedback. My work in media art histories as an archivist was included in this exhibition. General Motors by Phil Morton was included in the exhibition, and I am the archivist of Phil Morton through the Phil Morton Memorial Research Archive, which I founded in 2007 in Chicago, and which is housed in the Department of Film, Video, New Media, and Animation, the department that I chair at the School of the Art Institute of Chicago. So my work was exhibited in Glitch Art Genealogies in a number of ways. The first way being as my own artwork, in real another time, way being as my media art histories archival work with the Phil Morton Memorial Research Archive, and the third way was my work as a curator and also as a teacher, because my friend and colleague and former student Nick Breeze exhibited in this exhibition as well. And Nick Breeze's work in Glitch Art Genealogies was in fact a remix of Phil Morton's General Motors. A remix of Phil Morton's General Motors by Nick Breeze called Apple Computers. Nick Breeze's Apple Computers in the Glitch Art Genealogies exhibition at Leap in Berlin was a commissioned work, a work which I commissioned for an exhibition that I curated called Remix It Right, in which artists remixed or reimagined Phil Morton's work, again the work that I archive and that I teach at the School of the Art Institute of Chicago, where Nick Breeze was a student of mine while doing his graduate studies. This exhibition, Glitch Art Genealogies in Berlin, was positioned as not historically singular, not encompassing historical or causal overviews, but rather as threaded, as discursive, subjective, as well as intergenerational of different communities. My work, as you can see, is an expression of these qualities that were defined by the curators as some of the defining features of this exhibition. To begin with Glitch Histories, I'll step back to 2004. I'll step back to 2004 to a much cited, much referenced text, Glitch Aesthetics. Ayman Mirandi's early text, distributed online and influential, much cited, in which Mirandi says pure glitch is the result of a malfunction or error. There is a great deal of scope in the discussion of what can be classed as glitch. In a theoretical, scientific, and non-art sense, a glitch is assumed to be the an unexpected result of a malfunction. The word glitch was first recorded in English in 1962 during the American space program. An unexpected result of a malfunction. The word glitch was first recorded in English in 1962 during the American space program, namely in the writings of John Glenn, to describe the problems they were having. From glitch aesthetics to glitch histories, claims have been staked in the unstable grounds of the unstable art now known as glitch art. Historical claims staked in the unstable grounds of the unstable arts now known as glitch art. Can multiple and parallel histories of glitch art coexist openly, or do these represent glitches in histories themselves? Do these represent unexpected malfunctions in the historical project itself, staking claims and staging histories? Do these represent unexpected malfunctions? As an American here in Riga, in Latvia, it's important for me to state that I come from a broken empire. I come from a broken empire, a fallen empire, delusionally attached to fantasies of its own supremacy and primacy on the world stage. I believe this mayhaps, glitches have become a kind of shorthand for a diffused, dispersed brokenness, collapse, crash. Mayhaps this is a glitch era in which we experience specific kinds of breakages based on the broken promises of the modern era. The modernist promise of endless utopic improvements to life based on the technological, leading each generation beyond the apex of the last into a better and brighter future for tomorrow, now appears clearly hollow and false, broken, glitched, collapsed, failed futures. We humans live in a broken world, a technologized world of our own making. The technological is a socially constructed category, a set of ideas and realizations of material power that shift and shape over time, shape-shifting, fundamentally informing and affecting our understandings of ourselves through glitches, the so-called natural world, the so-called technological world, the unstable art now known as glitch art, specific technologies, formats, fetishes, arts in technological times, unstable grounds. Why based on unstable grounds? Why based on unstable grounds? Well, these grounds, the terrain that's shifting, is itself unstable because it is based on brokenness, on instabilities, on glitches, on glitch art. That is the subject of this discussion. As such, the subject itself is unstable, an unstable ground or basis for discussion. Multiple definitions coexist and complicate or even include one another, especially in the fact that glitch art as a phrase includes the word glitch. Therefore, definitions of glitch are included within glitch art. Definitions may be competitive, complementary, or may shift between states. They may move through various states. Again, another kind of dynamic instability, not a negatively positioned instability, not a pathologized instability, but rather a dynamic set of ever-changing relationships. This dynamic set of ever-changing relationships occurs in the context of what Erkki Huhtamo in his keynote speech, what Erkki Huhtamo referred to in his keynote speech here in Riga at Renew as the incompleteness, a kind of fundamental incompleteness of media archaeology's the Media Archaeological Project, and Media Art Histories as a project, the Media Art Historical Project. This is like playing a glass bead game set in the future, the rules of which are unknown to us, or trying to capture reflections of reflections in a net of Indra, which has become more complex as they become more numbered and more reflexive of themselves. We're witnessing ourselves returning to ourselves as another self, not a branching narrative that has a forking structure, maintaining one true point of origin, one originary truth claim, but rather as we trace radical coexisting multiple realities simultaneously. These are based on metaphors of interconnectedness, relationality, and a multiplicities. The point here is pluralities, media, art, histories. Recently, I was invited to curate an exhibition and present a series of events in Regina, Canada, in which I made certain claims explicitly and implicitly about glitch art, glitch histories. I gave a talk entitled, "I don't believe in glitch art, but I do believe in you." By this I mean that I do not believe in the category of glitch art as a specialized area of artistic activity or theory practice to be protected or have claims staked for its specialness as a category in and of itself. This is not to say that I did not previously believe in the category of glitch art. I did. However, those days are very literally media art histories now. Last year, in 2012, I was invited to speak at South by Southwest on the glitch art panel at South by Southwest. In 2012, on the glitch art panel at South by Southwest in Austin, Texas. Some of you may know South by Southwest as being a source for James Brittle's new aesthetic as part of a presentation he also gave at South by Southwest the year before. On the glitch art panel at South by Southwest in 2012, which was called Year of the GL1TCHYSTØRIES, I presented a proposal of continuums, glitch histories, glitch art continuums, which span across the categories of pre-glitch, glitch, and post-glitch. Pre-glitch, for instance, includes dirty new media. This concept that I developed in 2005 as part of the Raw Bits Microfests, again, which I organized collaboratively with jonCates, Amanda Gutierrez, Jake Elliott, Jason Soliday, Arcangel Constantini, Juan Jose Rivas, and many other artists, especially between Chicago and Mexico City. Now, this term, dirty new media, is often used interchangeably with the term glitch art on the basis of the definitions of these categories, which may or may not include or exclude one another at different times. These terms, glitch art and dirty new media, are now often used in relation to one another and even used interchangeably to refer to the same unstable art projects or similar theory practices, as was the case at the Museum of Contemporary Art in Chicago at an event curated by Nick Breeze called Chicago Dirty New Media.
Beginning and what it has become now and what is Chicago Dirty New Media?
Sure. So, there's an emphasis on the dirty part. Pre-glitch, kind of like dirtiness that focuses on brokenness, noisiness, glitchiness, really before that term was being applied to the same sorts of activities. So I guess what you see tonight is that term is now sort of interchangeable.
In a sense of glitch histories and continuums, I would like to continue to discuss pre-glitch. Again, what are pre-glitch possibilities that then become known within glitch or glitch histories of glitch or glitch art? As a teacher, in a very traditional art histories approach that I have taken is the presentation of two projects side by side, jonCates' Magnet TV and Jody's Wrong Browser. Jody's Wrong Browser and jonCates' Magnet TV fit together in a traditional art historical approach and can be shown as comparative. And we can discuss the similarities and differences. Jody's work is also included here in Riga, Latvia at the Save As exhibition. Now, this is a comparison that I have taught students to use as an example of thinking through formats, materialities, the material of signal to noise, ratios, and the ways in which artists can intervene in systems and transcode signals to create apparent malfunctions which may or may not be expected. But again, these are apparent malfunctions, especially in the sense that the system itself is not actually malfunctioning. The system itself is in fact functioning as it was designed to be. What is in fact happening is that aspects of the system's functionality are being exploited by the artists in order to bring out unexpected reactions on the part of those that witness, aka audiences, participants, those that are in a receptive state to these projects have a sense of surprise and wonder, excitement about the apparent glitches which are not actually deep malfunctions, are not actually preventative malfunctions, do not lead to crashes. In fact, are not crashes, are part of a continuous flow of signals. In the case of jonCates, those signals are electromagnetic television signals. In the case of Jody, those signals are the transmission of HTML and the processing of HTML, are the transmission and processing of HTML. jonCates' Magnet TV also has been repeated numerous times, and here I will show you 3 repetitions of this invocation of jonCates' Magnet TV. 3 examples: jonCates' Magnet TV, jonCates' Magnet TV from 1965. Glitch histories include various vector views, subjective perspectives, and agendas, multiple meanings, and technosocial, cultural, material histories of glitch and glitch art. Glitch art, as an unstable art, is also connected to and anticipated by various disciplines such as music. Noise is a type of music which comes from musical traditions such as musique concrète, and art historically the developments of avant-garde sound and experimental electronic musics, which comes from musical traditions such as musique concrète, and art historically developments of avant-garde sound and experimental electronic musics into contemporary EDM electronic dance music, through genres and subgenres such as industrial music to electronic body music, cybergoth, IDM intelligent dance music, rhythmic noise, digital hardcore and dubstep, microsound or post-techno, more current variations such as glitch hop, and the promiscuous self-selected subgenres and categories created by musicians themselves, especially those using tagging systems such as their SoundCloud accounts to create new categories that may be completely idiosyncratic and individual, or may be shared by larger or smaller groups, such as the witch glitch derivation on both glitch and witch house. Experimental media arts through the interrelated fields of photography, film, video, new media, and animation carry forms of inframing or informing through technological and technosocial specificities. Formats such as analog and digital photographs, 16mm film, analog digital video, all of these carry specific traces. Examples of these traces can be exploited, extended, or expanded include grain, flicker, dust, hair, loose gates, tearing, traces, grain, flicker, tearing, melting, burning, chemical damage or deterioration, static, dropout, generation loss, mistracking, time-based errors, misencodings, memory leaks, display card malfunctions, shearing, tearing, incomplete renders, buffer overflows, missing keyframes, miscalculations, system crashes, hardware failures, clipping, etc. These example traces can also be considered causes that may operate alone or together on one another. Overall, these influencing factors are seeds of glitch, which can be used to constitute the unstable art now known as glitch art. They also may be said to constitute noise in the classic sense of cybernetics or information theory, noise as interference in signal transmission, noise as contrast to signal, to coherency, to meaning, to what is desired or intended. However, what becomes of us when we desire noise across any of these unstable categories? Pre-glitch sharing, glitch exchanges, community formations, conventions, or tendencies, i.e. glitch formalism, glitch face, stabilizations and codifications of post-glitch, glitch art, apps, presets, and palettes. Pre-glitch sharing of glitch exchanges, the ways in which we shared information with each other as a community, led to community formations online in a massively distributed international community of the artists working in the unstable arts, now known as glitch art. Many of us from the early 2000s were on a list which was called Data Benders and included discussions of CD bending, data to image, image to sound, and other related techniques, as is stated in the description of the group, a group which was founded in 2001. Stalio, aka Benjamin Berg, is an artist who was an early member of this community for the unstable art now known as glitch art. Stalio has been working in this field again over 15 years, and his own work is both as an artist and as an educator in releasing information through this list and his own website through many different channels to teach data bending techniques, to teach techniques in, again, what we would now often know as glitch art. Rosa Menkman released the Vernacular of File Formats, an edit guide for databend compression design in 2010. This Vernacular of Formats, in fact, became a kind of roadmap for people to navigate the unstable terrain of corruption, of image files, as well as becoming a inventory of effects or even affects for ways in which to picture, ways in which to look. A vernacular of file formats is a collection of looks, of images in which Rosa Menkman looks at us through a vernacular of file formats. She looks at us through her own images as she herself corrupts and damages images of herself, a perfected self. More recently in 2012, Czeslaw Bartos has released Data Bending Process, a book in which he also documents his own data bending process. These are all examples, as well as my own example of teaching these unstable arts now known as glitch art over Glitch Histories. Now, during this time, there has also been the release of software applications, toolkits, the Dirty New Media Toolkit, other ways in which artists have shared and released information to encourage other artists and makers to form this community around these theory practices. An international community did form around these theory practices, as well as applications were produced by and for these communities. Early examples such as ill-formed 2005 Glitch VST for audio, but there are also increasingly more applications for visual glitch art creation, and here I'll identify GL1TCH Art Through Error, which is an iOS app which can, quote, turn any image or animated GIF into a beautiful mistake with the free glitch app. Now, as that description tells you, GL1TCH Art Through Error is a free app, and furthermore, GL1TCH Art Through Error in the description of the app by the maker. O is the maker of GL1TCH, released in 2013, just this year. They say of the application, glitch art is easy, and this is one of the ways in which they describe the app. Free and easy. It is free and easy now to use this app to create glitch art. I'm interested in the glitch histories of free and easy, the ways in which glitch art was previously difficult has become easy, or the ways in which glitch art was previously easy and has become difficult and free. I'm also very interested in the ways in which the unstable art, now known as glitch art, has become profitable for some, and how are those patterns of profit established and stabilized within an unstable terrain. In 2002, Ben Syverson developed the Satramizer. The Satramizer is also now an iOS app for similar visual glitch work, a kind of glitching of images based on the style of jonCates created by Ben Syverson. This software art or artware application was first created in the context of a class in which both Ben Syverson and jonCates were my students. In the context of a class in which both Ben Syverson and jonCates were my students, and studying these glitch histories, these unstable arts now known as glitch art. In 2002, Ben Syverson made the first version of the Satramizer. Later in 2009, an iOS version. At that point, it is the first multi-touch glitch tool, as they wrote in their description of the app. And as Ben Syverson wrote in his description of the app, it is a unique artware for the iPhone and for the iPod Touch. Syverson also writes that he has created multiple versions of the Satramizer with John over the years. The first versions of the Satramizer were developed by Ben Syverson when both he and jonCates were students of mine in Chicago at the School of the Art Institute of Chicago in the Department of Film, Video, New Media, and Animation in 2001. The initial Satramizer emerged from a discussion of an assignment in which I was asking the students to consider automation and the ease or complexity of the machine worlds in which we live. These considerations also come from specific media art histories related to electronic music. I taught them that in 1995, Brian Eno was interviewed by Wired magazine by Kevin Kelly. During this interview, Kelly asks Eno, "If I could give you a black box that could do anything, what would you have it do?" Eno replied, "I would love to have a box onto which I could offload choice making, a thing that makes choices about its outputs and says to itself, this is a good output, reinforce that, or replay it, or feed it back in. I would love to have this machine stand for me. I could program this box to my particular taste and interest in things." Eno continues in his response to a follow-up question, saying, I want to be able to sell systems for making my music as well as selling my pieces of music. In the future, you won't buy artists' works, you'll buy software that makes original pieces of their works or that create their way of looking at things. You could buy a Brian Eno box. So then I would need to put in this box a device that represents my taste for choosing pieces. This is specifically the starting place for the Satramizer as a way to make a black box that creates Satramized artworks, which recreates John Satram's way of looking at things. So this involves the coding of black boxes and artists' intentionality. This involves the black box of artist intentionality. Here I'm using black box in the computer science sense as a non-transparent system, a system in which we do not know what is occurring. However, there are, of course, open source and transparent systems in which we do know what is happening, and in fact, we do have the opportunity to be involved in those systems that are transparent that we can work with. These glitch histories bring me to a point in this presentation where, after tracing or sketching different aspects of the unstable terrain of the unstable art now known as glitch art, as well as flagging certain signposts that have become stabilized along various pathways, trails through these glitch histories, I would now come to a point of making a set of proposals for future glitch histories, research, and writing. Here are a number of areas of my own continued study which I also will propose to you in the context of glitch histories here in Riga at Renew. These areas of continued study, further research, and combined writing at Renew, along continuums of pre-glitch, glitch, and post-glitch at Renew. These areas of continued study, further research, and combined writing along continuums of pre-glitch, glitch, and post-glitch constitute areas such as the aesthetic concept techniques. Now, most work has already been done in this area and shared online, is widely available. These are my aforementioned examples of the glitch exchanges among the community that was formative for the community to be created. I would like to propose now to encourage people to develop local histories, local glitch histories, in specific locations such as in Amsterdam, Chicago, Mexico City, etc. Also, I would encourage non-local communities to have an analysis of glitch histories of non-local communities such as Data Benders, which I mentioned earlier, or K4 as a listserv, as well as non-local internet-based glitch histories for online actors such as Natachka Nazvanova. Also, I would like to include in this proposal for publication reports from exhibitions, events, conferences, etc. Internationally, such as Sonic Acts in Amsterdam, Crash in London, GL1TCHYSTØRIES in Chicago, etc. All of these to be compiled together into glitch histories